So we started 40 minutes or so ago,
Yeah.
and you put a couple of things on the table, didn't you? You put think about your coaching predominantly, introvert
hmm
tendencies, and being a fixer.
hmm
And now we're here with solution focused and helping people and seeing it in a more positive light. So
mm
let's start. Firstly, how far have you got on what you wanted to achieve today?
I feel like I've come away feeling a bit lighter, to be honest. So I I hadn't anticipated uh getting that clarity of my in my own mind, although I would that would have been what I would have wanted. So that has been really helpful. Um, yeah.
So you've got more clarity. And what difference do you think today's conversation and your ongoing thoughts are going to have for you generally, but also in your coaching?
I think having had this space just to reflect on it has been really helpful. I think um uh what I probably won't sort of reflect back on things in quite the same negative headspace. And I don't want to make it sound like I was really negative because I wasn't, but it was just something that I was conscious of. And so I think I reframed it in my mind. I can look back and reflect on those things now in a different light. And also going forwards, it's like I've had a bit of a reset. Yeah.
Fab. Thank you so much for that. And I'm really pleased to hear that. I'm really pleased to hear you can see the negativity, is something you can move away from. I want to ask you what specific actions you want to take, and I suppose you could say, well, I haven't got any actions, and just to see how it feels for me. But if you've got some specific actions, it'd be really good just to name them.
Well, I think so. We talked about a couple of things. We talked about the social media element. We talked about the solution focused like impact, like what I might do around that, what I can do, all of those bits. So I think those two are things I need to go away and think about. Um, and I think as we were talking, I was thinking in my next coaching session I have with somebody, I I'm just probably going to think about it in a different way. So, if there is part of a conversation where I've heard something that I think sounds like something they should explore a bit more, is not perhaps do anything different, but just um, yeah, be conscious of is this me offering a solution or how am I going to enable them to come to a different solution? And maybe what I need to do is just have a couple of thought through some pre-prepared questions that if I'm in that territory, what could I go back to that actually would draw out from them rather than me feeling like I might be preempting something. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So get something ready
Yeah,
as a
to kind
response.
of for myself, so I'm not in that moment thinking, well, yeah, it's something I've got pre-prepared. Not that I would want to have pre-prepared, but it's just helpful there as a to check myself. I've got something if I need it.
Yes. Ah, okay. Okay. So you've got questions to think about, something
Yeah.
to do in the moment. What about how you're going to reflect on and analyze uh, whether this is happening for you? Thinking about after your coaching sessions.
Um, I think what I will do over I'll call it next 2 months, is when I've had my coaching sessions now with this new frame of mind and thought process around it, is then just um, what I'm going to do actually is after each session is just going to make a note of how, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did I feel about it
Mm.
in terms of being too solution focused. Write that down after every session, and then 2 months down the line, just reflect back on that and see what I had perceived. Does that make sense?
And what would you do if we whiz forward to end of January, end of February, maybe
Yeah.
another 15 coaching sessions? What would you look at that page? What would you like to be reading?
That I had an awareness of it, but my own assessment of it wasn't that I felt I was over the mark. I was just it was reasonable.
Yes.
It was reasonable, and the person's actions may or may not have incorporated that, but it didn't drive that.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's. I think that will help me. I think when we don't, because I'm quite methodical, if I don't write things down, if I don't see something progression, perhaps on a bit of paper as well in my own mind, I can sort of, it's as good as the last thing I did, as opposed to thinking back over the last 2 months. Actually, that was one thing in a 2 month period.
Okay. Yes, you can see that fact. And thank you. I mean, thank you. You've worked hard in these last few minutes to really think and come up with some ideas and solutions, dare I say it. But also, but also through the whole conversation, haven't you? You've really thought about this and you've really pushed this on. So, and I really appreciate this. And as you know, we were going to do this as a recording. So, I'm sure this will be familiar to lots of coaches, and actually, some of the realizations you will have will be helpful for others as well. Which is that's more of you helping other people, right? In that
Oh
way.
no.
I'm sorry about that, but that's good. As we finish this, how do you feel? How do you feel now?
I feel really good actually. I feel like I've had a I know they're cliched and we talk them about them, but light bulb moment, it's not necessarily a light bulb moment, but it's just I've shone the light on the right thing. And so it's been really nice, just as I said earlier, just to press the reset button.
Yes,
So I feel really like it was something that was obviously bugging me, but I hadn't been able to really, I hadn't talked about it out loud,
yes.
processed it, reset, and I feel, yeah, lighter.
Yeah. I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased. And thank you so much. It's always a pleasure working with you, Naomi. So thank you so much. And
Oh,
next time we
thank
chat,
you.
no, really, really look forward to hearing about how that's gone. This is a definite journey that you're not the only person along, and it'd be really interested to hear, your reflections in a few months' time.
Brill. Thank you so much.
A pleasure. Take care.
Thank you.